Good morning. It is a Wednesday. Thank you, dudes, for the day. Let's get to work. Didn't really do much filming yesterday, but what I did do yesterday was I built all of these Shaker 45 doors made out of beechwood. We use beechwood because it's a super tight grain, super dense material. It makes great for primer and paint, but it's also durable. It's a little more durable than poplar, and I think it is easier to work with and better to work with than maple, so that's why we use it. But yeah, I got all these together yesterday. There's 29 of them. There's 11 huge ones, like 50 inches. We'll 3-hinge them, and they'll be perfect. But yesterday we took out a countertop, Brandon and I did, and then Brandon and Carl went and started installing these cabinets, the Beechwood Kitchen Remodel cabinets. The color is Smokey Blue. So these are the only 4 they have left. To kind of come back and get a little bit later. But these doors are for those cabinets. And these are made out of beechwood for the Beechwood Kitchen Remodel. They will all be primed and sprayed with Smokey Blue from Sherwin-Williams. Matches all the trim that's over there. So I need to start cutting these doors down, and then once they're all cut down, we have to router, double check the measurements, putty. I want to palm sand, just clean everything up slightly with some 150 grit, and then we need to bore the doors with the Blue mini press. It's also 200 degrees in here. It's supposed to cool off later, which might mean tomorrow or might mean this afternoon. It looks like it's about to rain so heavy in here that it might flood. Let's see here what we got. Let's come over here. Part of the reason why it's so hot, well, it's hot and humid out right now. It's like 7 a.m. and it's like 85 degrees and the humidity is crazy, but it just looks very ominous out. So that means one of two things when it rains. It's either gonna get hotter and more humid, or it's gonna get colder and less humid. It's one of two. Normally it's hotter and more humid, but I don't think so because tomorrow's supposed to be like a high of 80. So thank you, Jesus, for that, for real. Not a high of like 98. So anyway, that being said, crazy tangent, but I'm gonna start cutting these doors down so we can get routering. Heights of all of these drawers are done. I just need to cut down the width. I'm taking 1/8 off the height on each side, so a 1/4 of an inch total off the height, 1/8 on this side and 1/8 on this side. Same thing for the width, 1/4 inch total, 1/8 here, 1/8 there. This drawer front is fully done. Everything's done. Now it just needs to get double checked, the measurements, the height, the width. It'll get routered, a little slight little router, just enough so the paint or the primer has a flat part, I guess you could think of it. So it's not a sharp corner, so the paint doesn't chip off. And then everything will get slightly puttied, make sure it all looks perfect. Palm sand. Then Blue mini press time. Did a little audible, the Bang Energy. We got all the drawer fronts just completed, routered, double checked, sanded with the palm sander, 150 grit. So the 8 drawer fronts are completed. That way, camera is in shambles. Hold on a minute. Boop. That way, they're able to just start priming and spraying those. There's 29 doors. 8 of them are drawer fronts. So there's 21 that I have left to cut. But that way they can be working on those. So I can just focus here, not have to be rushed. I can cut down what I need to cut down. And then I can go double check putty, do the whole deal again. And then the extra step with the doors is the boring. But at least this way, they're able to do something, I'm able to do something. So I'm going to start cutting the upper doors down, and then I'll get back with you when it's time to router, putty, double check, palm sand, and bore. Getting ready to router the rest of these lower doors. The rest, I haven't started the lower doors, well, I got them cut down, but the drawer fronts are done. And now I'm going to router these lower doors. That way they have even more to start priming and spraying. And then I'll move on to the big upper doors. So just doing a slight little round over, nothing like for a design. It's just for durability, really. For the paint, primer, stain, clear coat, whatever we're using for that job. This one happens to be Smokey Blue, Sherwin-Williams, primer paint, color matched, make it look good. Just using this little Bosch router, little small one. Carl got the small one, which is nice. Round these all over, and then I will double check the measurements, I will lightly putty everything, and then I will palm sand everything and bore it all. So it's gonna get loud here for a minute. On to measuring for these doors. So number 26, 17 and 9 wide by 22 tall. 17 and 9 wide by 22 tall. And what I'll do is I'll just smear a little more of this putty in here. It doesn't really need it, quite honestly. I just want to make sure there's no little hairline anything. Not that there be a crack, but just in the seam, I want to just make sure that it's perfect. I mean, it 98% of the way already is, but really just want to make sure it is before we palm sand, and then we will bore. So number 29, see what we got here, 23 and like a quarter by 22. Yep. And then again, back to here, put a little bit in there. That's all there is to it. Then once I get the rest of these 3 over there done, I will move on to palm sanding. And once that is complete, I will grab the hinges from right there, and I will bore these doors with the Bloom mini press. The lower doors are double checked, they're puttied. Now let's palm sand. All of our lower doors are now fully sanded. And it's time for me to grab the hinges and start boring all of these doors with the Bloom mini press bore machine. The rest of my lower is bored, but I'm getting this last one bored up. The bottom hinge is up 9 inches because there's a pull-out box, and I want to make sure we have enough room for the face frame and the pull-out box, and that the hinge is out of the way. That way the pull-out box can be the widest possible, and I don't have to like move the pull-out box in to accommodate the hinge. I want the hinge to accommodate the pull-out box. Lined up, press and hold, put the hinge in, badoop, release, let's move it this way here, normal 3.5, we're solid, board out, release, bring this sucker over here. Now that should line up just like that. We need to grab our tape measure, 9 inches. 9 inches, love that. So I will unscrew these hinges, I will bag them up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our handle order done for this. We also need a Lazy Susan unit, need to get that all texted to Carl so he's able to order that, get that off the books. The lowers, the drawer fronts are done, and then I'm going to clean up a bit. Do some stuff to the machinery really quick, take about 10 minutes, and then I'll cut the remaining uppers. I think there's 11, 12, 13, 15, so we're about halfway done right now. But yeah, I'm going to do those 2 things. Inventory order for this job, clean a few things, and get going on the uppers. I got all the machinery waxed, and I have a preliminarily done the handles. We're waiting. The 2 sizes I wanted, they don't have in this handle or like style, but they do have 2 other sizes that will work, but we're just waiting to hear back. So till that's done, I have the rest of the order completed though for what we need, Lazy Susan, a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna start cutting down these upper doors, getting them over there so I can router, putty, double check, palm sand, and bore. All of our upper doors are made, sanded, double checked. Look at them all right here, standing at attention. Last thing I need to do is bore these doors. But I think that camera is in shambles. But I think that's going to pretty much do it for the video. I have a dentist appointment here. coming up, and then I'll be back here. I'm going to bore these doors really quickly. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow.